Welcome back, this is MDog, and you have found MDog Gaming, and today we are starting what could be the beginning of something we're doing for a while here, and that is playing Landmark, which is Everquest's next standalone game. That's Everquest's next Landmark, I guess. This is newly released in alpha stage, and I'm very excited about giving it a try. This is literally going to be a first few minutes video where we just get our feet wet and see what the very beginning of the game has to offer at the current state, which I'm recording this on February 3rd. And yeah, we'll talk more about it as we get into it, but let's go ahead and start dipping our toe in here. You see that as we start the game, it's jumped us to a character creation screen, so let's start fiddling around here in the menu and then we'll go from there. Okay, so first let's start with the options menu. For general, we have reduce input lag, friend logging notification. I'm not sure that the friends list is active yet, but the option is in there. Filter profanity, view my claims, view friendly claims, view stranger claims. Audio, we have volume, music, sound effects, and dialogue volume. Video, we can play in windowed, lots of resolution options. We'll just leave it on the default, that's fine. Quality, UI catch meshes, voxel smoothing, advanced video, all of these options. Things like texture, lighting, shadow effects, terrain, flora, model, quality, and then the particles. Everything's on either ultra or high on our current settings, which is the way it came default, so we'll just leave it like that for now. Alright, so let's look at the facial options here. Is that really... It is making some minor changes. Now, I've read that they are planning a much more, or a more, I shouldn't say much more, a more robust character creation option process, but that they do have some features in now that offer you some variability, but they're planning on increasing the amount of options here with character creation. But I think we can get a general idea of the direction they're going for in this. They don't have a full enough beard for my taste, but we'll go with that. Is that changing the hair color? Yeah, I guess it is. Let's see. It does let us zoom in. Eye color. Alright. Let's create a character and see what happens here. Everquest next Landmark. Now, this is an alpha. It is, per the videos report that you had to watch apparently before it would even launch the game, around 60% complete. There's a lot left to do. Alright, we've jumped in the game here. Let's take a look at what we've got. First of all, if we hit escape, nothing appears to happen. So this is getting us to a map. So that was clicking on this down here. Same thing if we hit M. Claim management. Inventory. So here's our inventory, which we can also hit I, it looks like. It looks like we have a vault and a mega pocket inventory. What does that say? We'll bring that up again here shortly. And then this is our character sheet. General shows our, looks like maybe statistics that possibly you can level up or something. And then we have this button. It looks like it's just a shortcut to things. Now, one thing I did want to check is if we go full screen, if things look okay here. They do. Alright, it just gives me a bigger surface to look for. Alright, so one thing I noticed right from the start, and I talked to Artrex from Artrex Gaming, and he was having the same issue. It appears as though it is not letting me zoom in and out on my character. Now I feel like this must be an option, but if it is, I'm just not seeing it. So I'll have to do some digging and figure out if there is a command for it that we can find. So it has dropped us in here, claim flag. And so obviously we are in a spot here where we're not going to be able to claim anything. This is like a central hub. We have a stone pick, a stone axe, and an add tool. Add tool brings up this little thing here. Alright. So if we left click on this crafting device, this shows us where let's see, we have a stone pick already, which requires dirt currently to make, it appears. A bronze pick requires wood. And so the bronze pick's going to allow us to craft a few more things. So it looks like copper, let's see, bronze, copper. To make a bronze, you need a copper pickaxe. So you would make copper first, and then I'm assuming iron is going to be last. So there's lots of options here. We can make copper and stone axe, light stone. Small smooth stone emanates light. It's warm to the touch, so it's sort of like a light source. In this game, it appears. A grappling hook. So that will be cool to play with. Different types of metal. A prop. Right now we have a vault. I believe you can create a vault on the land that you claim. And then I think any claim you go to, you can then access your vault if there is a vault on that claim. That's my understanding, at least. Crafting station. So we're going to need to make a forge, which we need tungsten ingots, which is a metal, iron ingot, and worked marble. Elemental tungsten and tungsten ingot. Interesting. A copper reinforced saw table and a stone forge. So I'm going to assume that the stone forge and copper reinforced saw table are going to be the first crafting things we might do, and the marble forge would be later. And then building tool, you start off with some basic tools, but to get the tools that you'll want to really be able to start building things and working on things, you actually have to craft them. So we need elemental iron, 30, 10 topaz, and 30 iron ingots, for example, to create the selection tool. Alright, so let's see what else we can do. Looks like this is some sort of okay, this lets us choose between servers, and then it looks like tiers within those servers. So that's interesting. So everyone starts in the hub and maybe is assigned to a server, and then you can move around from there. So this is all one big crafting station here, it appears. Alright, so let's pull up the map. We can scroll on the map. And let's just go experiment with putting a claim down. I don't know if you have to or need to craft anything before you're allowed to put a claim down. We have the claim flag in our inventory, so we just want to test this and see what, if anything, we can go ahead and do here. Yes, we could also take a look at if the cactus, now you see these holes in the ground, these are probably areas where things have been mined. Alright, so let's get our pickaxe out. Okay, we are getting some stone and dirt. The fact that we can't scroll out is really annoying me, and I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just have not been able to yet. Let's check out our inventory here. Alright, so we've got, this is cool. I like the way they're doing this. You've got your regular inventory, but then you've got your resources. And this appears to have every resource currently in the game, I would assume. And it shows what we have. We have 106 stone already. Alright, so let's switch to our axe and see if we can even interact with this cactus. No, we can't. Okay, someone is building something. Let's go check this out. Oh, wow. Fancy. Fancy movements there. Alright, so somebody has built something up on the hill here, as well as some basic something or another. I don't know. Don't know what the design idea here is, but someone is just experimenting with it. So alright. Now from the way the map's looking, it looks like we are possibly entering into an area that maybe we could do something with the claim here. Now we're getting red. We're getting red. Let's go a little further. I really want to see if there are requirements that before you can put your claim down. Now I think for getting plants, they're eventually going to have a sickle as a tool that is not available yet. And so once that's available, oh, look at this. Someone in chat just said it. Shift and mouse wheel is how you scroll. That is very good to know. Alright, let's just check this out. Getting dirt. Yeah, it looks like we're just getting dirt from that. Alright, let's check the map again. And let's pull up the claim. Still getting X's everywhere. Yeah, it looks like we're far enough away from the base that maybe perhaps you would think you'd be able to start doing something with a claim, but again, I don't know how it works. I know that probably the first thing we're meant to be doing is just gathering basic resources so we can start to craft some of the basic things. Alright, this is a big tree. I don't see any sort of durability indicator on the tools. We're getting nothing from this tree. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's so big we have to hit on it a long time. Alright, still nothing. So let's keep moving and see what we can see. Here are some smaller trees. Let's give this another try. Now we're getting logs. And we got plain wooden logs. We also got 3 burled wood logs. So, and that was blue, almost like it was a reminds you of the loot system where white is common and then blue is a little less common. I don't know if that's the idea in this game, but it may be. I don't know what that energy bar is. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's the health of the tree. And I guess we'll find out what happens when it is all gone. Hopefully that's not my health or my stamina or something. Okay. And you see there's still some kinks to be worked out here as we are watching a fireworks display right in front of us. Very cool. Still nothing we can do there with the flat claim. Lots of cool jumping motions here. So, as this game is developed, we are in a claim right now. Shogi's claim number 1. So let's see if it does anything different when we... Looks like perhaps these are claims here, where the red boxes are. I'm not sure. Keep moving here. Quillmore off in the distance. You see the name, Calm Winds off in the distance as well. And we are, let's see. Oh, there's some interesting graphical things going on here with the map. We're kind of heading north. And I wonder if the wood, yeah, the wood appears to be... Uh-oh, did we just equip that? Yes, we did. Ring of Bounty, 10% bonus to resource gathering while worn. Oh, we have a Founder's Pickaxe. Actually, it does have a damage rating, doesn't it? Stone Pickaxe. Okay, it's there now. Claim flag, explorer flag. Tech sergeant's gear. Oh, wow. Pretty cool clothes. So these are... Okay, we don't want that there. What is this? A claim pack. Heal tool. Delete tool. Standing torch. So there's this white box here. That kind of needs to go away, but alright, we've got a much cooler pickaxe now. Alright, let's keep moving here and see if we can find something to do. I'm just assuming that, you know, these stones getting mostly dirt though. And by mostly I mean all dirt. Okay, are we at the... Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Keep looking around. I don't know if the claims are all taken. I don't know what the deal is. Excuse me for my phone ringing. Alright. So we're kind of on the edge of the map yet. And again, I don't know if, you know, are all the claims taken? Or am I just not understanding some of what is required to get a claim? And I don't know the answer to that. I guess what we can say right now is the game looks very good, I think. It is definitely still an alpha, obviously. You see a lot of bugs, a lot of things that just don't appear to be working as intended just yet. But that's what you expect from a game that truly is an alpha, not just a not an early access release to just try to get attention, or maybe you could argue that that is what it's doing, but it is also truly not complete. I mean, there's a lot of things. So eventually they do want to release some sort of monster or monsters, you know, again, adding some danger, some combat to the game. As it is, basically what you're doing currently is just gathering resources and really the crafting and building. But they are going to add some other layers onto the game as it moves forward in development. So I'm again continuing to try to figure out how to do this claim business. So I've been running around a little bit here, and to be honest, it looks to me like if I click all three of these, which I don't have any claims, permissions didn't do anything, but if I look at no permissions, I am just seeing an overlapping of claims pretty much everywhere, right? I came to this area that I am now. In fact, we can go up a little bit and just check that. But I am thinking that perhaps, at least on this server, on this spot, all the claims are taken. Now let's look at this real quick. We're just getting red everywhere. And I think that may have to do with the claims already being taken. I could be wrong. I mean, apparently there's over 20,000 people, you know, kind of day 1, day 2, day 3 alpha players here in Landmark. Again, we are just trying to experiment with this. Alright, so it's just not happening here on claims. I think what I'm going to do, and it appears the map ends here, I'm going to run back to and try different servers and see if it looks the same on the map. So we are attempting to load into a different server here, and hopefully we have not crashed the game. It looks like we have not. And I honestly am just not sure. I definitely saw people's claims where we were before. In fact, a lot of people had messages, like you entered somebody's claim and it would have a message like, stay off my lawn, or the dogs will eat you, or something like that. Whoa now. What kind of world did we just enter into here? Okay. Now, same thing. Just looks like everything is taken. And we appear to really be glitched into whatever that was. And I may not be, reading these maps correctly, for sure. But it does just appear that all of the claims are taken if I'm reading the map right. But I very well may not be. As you do see a lot of people close to the middle of the map where the portal is, you see there's a lot of people there. And what I have found is that these smaller rocks, like this one right here, tend to be a better source of actually getting stone. You'll see that we're receiving stone. As we hit that. Still getting some dirt, but getting stone as well. I was trying to type a message and having a hard time into chat. Looks like there's a good bit of delay between putting a message into chat and then having it actually show up. Alright, now this looks like perhaps some different colored minerals and such. Let's see if we get something new when we hit this over here. Elemental copper and regular copper, it looks like. Okay, this seems to be working much better. You actually can see on the ground where you are mining and where the element is. And when I asked in chat if there were any pointers to getting a claim, the pointer was click a lot and don't server hop, because it overlays the claims from every server you've been on, apparently. So this may be a very difficult process of trying to get a claim going here. But at least on this server, I am seeing resource nodes or whatever that I was not seeing on the other server. Alright, so the main two things... Oh, what happened to the graphics? Here we go. The main two things that you'll be doing early on here in Landmark is A, gathering stone and ore. And you see we have found something here that our tool is actually too low to gather. But over here is a copper vein, and we should be able to gather that quite nicely. So you see that we got not only not only copper ore and dirt, we also got a blue, which is an elemental copper. And you can just keep hitting on it until you see all the copper is gone. You get a visual indication. It looks like it goes down pretty far, possibly. We're not hitting way back there, so we'll stop now. Some of the bigger stones, like this one, I have found doesn't give you much. I think all we're going to get from that is dirt. So the stones that are actually out of the ground, at least so far to me, don't seem to be where you want to be swinging. It's a much smaller space that is closer to the ground. Now this, we've switched to an axe. This is the other thing in terms of gathering resources. It's cutting down trees, and you see sort of the, based on how it seems like how big the tree is, and possibly what type of tree is, it takes longer to cut through all of its, I guess, health is what the green bar is representing for the tree. But as we're hitting it, we're knocking off pieces of wood. And we're also getting other random things as well. Earth blood, silk fall. And there's also a blue type of wood. There's one, a buried wood log. Now sometimes when these bigger trees come down, you'll get this glitch where things keep popping. And it only did it a couple times this time. Now let's take a look here at a smaller tree. You'll see this will take much shorter amount of time to get through it. But we're getting the same stuff, you know, pretty much wood and occasionally the special wood, the burled wood log. There's an amber leaf, cotton, jute. So again, other sort of random resources that we are receiving. And that's basically the two main things that you'll be doing a lot of to get going. And there's one of those that our tool is too low of rating. So one of the things that you kind of have your eye on is improving your tool so that you can get the more advanced resources in the world that will help you build new items and possibly get new recipes, I guess, or complete new recipes. So we were getting some, how do you say that, agut, something like that. It's funny, I've seen that in a lot of different games, but I've never necessarily tried to say it out loud. Now, I still haven't had any success in staking a claim or laying down a claim. But one thing I did do is go into the options, and we can look at that real quick. And there's a place where it says view stranger claims, and I've checked that and turned that on. I think that's what's allowing me to see this white sort of cube here, which I believe is the size of a claim. And then the larger space, I think, is the buffer around which you can't build that close to someone's claim. So I think this is someone's claim. It's called the watch. It says take a look at the view. And this right here is a vault. So if I had my vault set up and things in it, I think I could actually access it from his vault. He's got a couple of crafting things set up already. So if we wanted to, we could take the wood we've made. It costs 100 wood to make a wood plank. And so it's letting us craft. We're crafting on his station. Let's see if we can now find that in our inventory. We got a lot of dirt. Burled wood, plain wood. There they are, plain wood planks. There's our elemental copper we've gotten. So you can actually come and craft on someone else's claim and use their crafting spots. Let's see what options we have for crafting. We could make a stone pick, but pretty sure the one we have is going to be much better than that. And of course we could make a bunch of copper ingots, because that's what we've gotten a lot of, is copper. Let's see. And we could create a stone forge if we made 15 copper ingots. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we've completed that. Let's go ahead and look at stone forge. We should be able to make one. Actually, no. We need more stone. So when we get more stone, we'll be able to make one of those. Let's go to the edge of his claim here, if we can, because since we can actually see the outline of it. As I do see some more copper ore over here. So it seems like, based on what we just saw, the amount of wood that it took to make the planks, it seems like you, of course, have to do a good bit of gathering in this game. Haven't played it enough to know exactly what that looks like, but seems like a good bit to make anything. So is this still the barrier of his claim? I believe it was, although it has disappeared now. Okay, actually this might be the barrier of someone else's claim now. It would appear as though it is. So we are here on the map. Maybe we can head this way and see if we can find something else. And just one other thing we hadn't seen yet. I think this is what you're looking for in terms of regular stone. Or any of the spots like this. You know, you may get a little bit of dirt mixed in as well, but this is where you can get mostly just direct stone. And you can dig that right up. And one thing I don't know is what the respawn timer is. Obviously, if these resources did not respawn, well, that would be a problem. We would run out of resources. And the other thing you would see is you would see holes in the ground everywhere, which you don't see that often, unless you kind of come up behind people that are currently crafting. You don't normally see lots of holes in the ground. So it looks like somebody's claim is right here in front of us. According to that map that I was looking at least. And I think we are inside of someone's claim right now. Yeah. And we'll just make sure, but yeah, that appears to be the case. And that looks like a different color. It's another one that we can't harvest. Alright, so let's look around here. Interestingly enough, I don't see any of the claim boundaries right now. Wow. I think we could actually set up a claim here. Believe it or not. Sort of anywhere in this area, huh? So we could kind of get... Yeah, there's the claim boundary. Maybe get like right in the middle here. Let's just do it to see what it's like to set up a claim. Alright. So here is our claim. You can see the boundary all around us. And then this blue area has a little more bluish tint to the box. This is where you can actually, I think the area that you can actually build. So the dirt we've been gathering, we can actually turn into alright, so let's use the add tool and see what happens here. Alright, so we are adding dirt. Right? Let's see if we choose grass. Yeah. We got a little grassy spot here, folks. And that is using the add tool, just to use a very common thing from just having the dirt that we've harvested. We can put that down. So there is the beginnings of what to do in a claim. Now, and you can see our claim is right here. We're inside of it. And the barrier looks like it has a little bit of overlay on it from other people's claims. Let's see. So we either need to get back to the central area or find someone else's crafting table or tools that we could then use to make our crafting tables and whatnot so that we can actually start doing stuff here on our claim. And here is where, alright, so let me go back and show that again because I sort of just happened upon that. Claim management. MDog's claim. And then you can change the welcome sign, like I don't know why you would enter tags. I just don't know about that. You can change, I suppose. Looks like this would be permissions, maybe. So you could give someone different status, which is going to give them different permissions on what they can do in your on your claim. Now, the other thing we could do is, of course, you can have multiple claims. The other thing we could do is delete this claim. It was so hard to find a claim, I hesitate to do that. Even though there is nothing about this spot that makes me think, oh, I should have a claim out here in the mountainous desert region. But hey, we found a spot where, with the amount of servers they have or the amount of people they have that have been sort of jumping in and claiming stuff, it wasn't easy to find a spot. So that is pretty cool. Now, it does seem like this area is a pretty small area when you think about it to build in. This little cube here. So I don't know if there's a way to increase the size of this area or not. I just don't know the answer to that yet. Let's see what if we, okay, so it won't let us use our tools to take that out. I mean, our pickaxe or anything. We would have to actually use the remove tool, delete tool. And we're also deleting the rock there, which is interesting. Okay. Alright, I think that's a good stopping point for now. And we've kind of just put together a bunch of scenes right after each other as I've sort of learned a little bit more about Landmark, just sort of the beginning stages of wrapping my mind around it. So I hope it's been enjoyable for you to see some of this, and I'll keep experimenting with Landmark, and don't worry, I'll keep hitting that record button. Have a good day.